All right. There you go. Monitors off. Just look at Logan. Cough, cough. Monitors off. Cough, cough. Cough, cough. Actually, thank you so much for helping and hanging out. I very much appreciate you here. And I always enjoy our hangouts.
What?
Quack, quack, quack.
Hmm. No, wait, I have a better idea. No computer please don't.
Is that retribution for you using the fruit? Is you destroy my computer?
Yeah.
All right.
Philippians 1.
We're almost done with 1 Corinthians. How does that make you feel, Char?
Good.
So I've decided that after 1 Corinthians, you get to pick the next For Everyone book, okay?
Yay!
But here's the thing. Like, you can do either 2 Corinthians but if it's like anything like any other series, like let's say the Johns, 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, you have to start with the 1st John before going to 2nd. You want to do 2 Corinthians after 1 Corinthians? Okay. All right. What part's this? Resurrection gives meaning to the present Christian living. Otherwise, what are people doing when they get baptized on behalf of the dead? If the dead simply aren't raised, why should people get baptized on their behalf? And why should we face danger every hour? I die every day. Yes. That's something for you to boast about, my dear family. And that's the boast I have in the Messiah, Jesus our Lord. If in human terms I fought with wild animals at Ephesus, what use is that to me if the dead are not raised? Let's eat and drink because tomorrow we're going to die. Don't be deceived. Bad company kills off good habits. Sober up, straighten up, stop sinning. Yes, some of you simply don't know God. I'm saying this to bring shame on you. So remember, before it's like talking about the important tenet is resurrection. Like, you can't have Christianity without resurrection. Otherwise, it's just an ethical system. Which brings me to kind of make me think of your Tao. The difference is resurrection. Like in Christianity belief, like without the like the belief in resurrection, like our faith is null.
It's 0.
And so it's also like focusing on the resurrection that brings us to good behavior. Do you see that? Yes, that's something for you to boast about, my dear family, and that's the boast I have in the Messiah, Jesus our Lord. Interesting. All right, you ready? Commentary? We stood in the great Colosseum in Rome and stared at the chambers and passages underneath where the floor would have been. This is where they kept the wild animals, our guide said. They used ropes and pulleys to winch up the cages, and then the animals would come out of a trapdoor straight into the arena. We looked around and imagined the crowd, half the city packed into the vast stadium for a holiday spectacle full of excitement, blood, and death. We imagined the gladiators, trained up for this moment, sharing their last meal together the previous night, knowing that by the following day, many of not all of them will be dead. And I thought of Paul speaking here, verse 32, of fighting with wild beasts in Ephesus. This is strange because Paul almost certainly didn't actually fight animals in an arena like a gladiator would have done. It seems most likely that he means it metaphorically. Something had happened at Ephesus. That's where he is while writing this letter, which had been for him just like fighting wild beasts. Some people think this is a reference to a huge moral struggle he's had to go through, with the wild animals of temptation coming up from the floor to devour him. Others think it's a battle with spiritual forces, using the weapons of prayer and fasting. I am inclined to think it's to do with the enormous opposition that the gospel aroused, not least from those who saw it as a political threat. Ephesus was a great center of the new imperial cult, an economic threat. If Paul was right, man-made idols were nonsense, but lots of people made a living by making and selling them, and a religious threat. If Jesus was the world's true Lord, the other gods and goddesses at Ephesus, whose worship was woven into the fabric of local culture, were downgraded in chapter 19. Acts describes a riot in the huge theater in Ephesus because of this explosive combination. As far as Paul was concerned, it was like being in the arena, facing a horde of wild beasts, with nothing but the weapons of the gospel for him. Paul was good at breaking up a heavy discussion with a change of pace and style, and that's what he's doing in this little passage. The point he's making is that if we went through all that in order simply to die, with no hope of resurrection, he would be just like those gladiators, eating, drinking, and making merry the night before the big show, knowing that this was the end. Paul does not even contemplate the idea, popular though it was in some philosophical circles, that there might be a wonderful, glorious, non-bodily life after death. For him, it was for most ordinary pagans at the time. If there was no resurrection, then death was basically the end, with nothing much to look forward to. The other little comment, which come thick and fast in this short passage, all make the same point from different angles. The question of baptism for the dead has long been the puzzle. It may be that some Christians had died without being baptized, and that the practice had grown up, if so it didn't last long, of other people undergoing baptism on their behalf as a sign and symbol that they really did belong to the Messiah. Or it may be that being baptized on behalf of the dead refers to non-Christians who, after the death of close relatives or friends who were Christians, decided to become Christians themselves, undergoing baptism so that they could continue to be with their loved ones in the final resurrection. But whichever conclusion we come to, and every student of Paul knows that this verse is a difficult one, the overall point is clear. Something that the Corinthians knew about as a regular practice makes no sense unless there is, in fact, a resurrection to look forward to. His own sufferings and the dangers he faces are a further argument, leading to a passage about the metaphorical wild beast. This then brings him, suddenly, to a quotation from the Greek poet Menander. So this is crazy. He's quoting a Greek prophet, a Greek philosopher, a Greek poet, when he says bad company kills off good habits. What Paul is saying, and quoting a pagan poet is a heavily ironic way of making the point, is that the Corinthian Christians, who ought by now to be able to show and tell the truth of the one living God to their pagan neighbors, are instead continuing to allow the pagan thought forms of those neighbors to distort and even deny the central beliefs they should be gladly holding. There is a danger, as present today as it was in Paul's day, of being deceived. It is possible to allow the influence of the surrounding culture and the ideas it promotes to seep into a Christian worldview until the truth has been turned into a lie. Part of the point of the gospel is that through it, people come to know the true God. But some of these Christians have simply forgotten who God is. They need the sharp rebuke Paul already issued in chapter 6, verse 5. I'm saying this to make you ashamed. Nothing in this little section is actually an argument that the resurrection of Jesus or of Christians is in fact true. It is all designed to say, just think what it would mean if it isn't. So I might conclude from these verses alone that since it still isn't true, all these consequences really default. Baptism, especially on behalf of the dead, is a waste of time. Paul has been suffering and struggling unnecessary, and one might just as well eat and drink and wait for death. But pointing things out in this fashion is useful alongside the formal step-by-step exposition of the Christian worldview in verses 20 to 28, and the detailed discussion of the resurrection body, which will now follow when faced with a new idea. especially the question of some central aspects of the faith. The wise Christian will ask, does this fit with what we regularly do as Christians? Does it make sense of the suffering which many have undergone for the faith? Does it show the telltale signs of being important from pagan ideas? And above all, does it show a true understanding and knowledge of the one true God, the Creator, the Life Giver? All right, we can start, friend. Just know that believing in resurrection should change our behavior.
Bingo.
All right. All right, Char. My goal is to get a win a day. After that, I'm done. Okay?
Okay. One or two food tests should be good.
Okay.
Just one or two.
Because you could trade for a fruit for a fruit.
Yeah. People with me.
All right, and I'll just play loop here a while the game is loading and things like that. Yeah. Once I hit.
Okay.
It's Battle Royales, right? Do you get fruits in dungeons, right?
You do on like wave 25.
Hmm.
But they're pretty good. I might. Okay. This is how you mine. And sure. Work while you mine.
Hmm.
It's super funny. Come on, fish. Go faster. I hate these punches.
All right. I feel like I should put the brightness up.
Paw balloon. Right? Get that. Yes, paw Totally forgot that distance. Oh, look at the shadows. Come here, fishy.
Yeah, I'll just do this until I get
Give me
something.
a fish.
Once I get.
I found a cave. No way. That seems right. Obvious dome. Now come here, piggy. I forgot that's normal. Oh!
couple of stones for your time.
Yo, the poppers. I like coal. I like big boy coal.
Oof.
What was that? What was that?
Hmm.
Coal. Big.
I don't need dark root. Actually, why not? Just get dark root. And then we'll eat spin. And when we find a different, better fruit. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I don't have enough coal.
Oh my gosh. Josh, turn it.
That's pretty good.
Oh. How does he get so much height? Can you just like jump? Oh my land. Close. Yeah, that's the game. Well, that's game. I could probably get a little bit far in dungeon. I mean, I don't have any items anymore. It's like game wants you. So this is my best bet. Can I just leave and come back? And then we'll restart. Oh, there we go.
Bob's. Wait. More iron.
Hey, love. She fought.
No, it says video. Okay. Right?
Mm-hmm. Alright, what's in the rare chest? Flower? Stanima. Gomu? Which one's Gomu? That's the stretchy one, right? Let's try it. Yeah, it's the stretchy one. Luffy, main character. SP reset. There we go. Back roll spirits. See if I can. Alright. Yes. Him. Alright. Stamina. Oh, my Lanta. I would put 600 in doubles fruit. There we go. Oh, darn it. I forgot to put points in too. Okay, Guma Guma rifle. Okay. Bazooka.
I don't want that food now.
Oh, that's fun. Guma Guma no rocket. Oh, that is fun. No, new balloon. Okay. We'll stick it until we get a legendary. Come on. Oh, another rare chest. Knight's armor. Spirit essence. Yami? What do you think? Is Yami good, Char?
It's an epic. So, yeah.
It's better. All right. Dark root. Oh, I heard this one's really good for PvP. Oh, perfect. There we go. All right, Char. We'll see what I do now. Oh. Skedaddle. Soul form. Oh, that's fun. All right. Oh, this one has a free revive. So the Gamu one Char has a free revive. All right, Char. Pharaoh.
That's good.
The Pharaoh's better than the other one. So wait, Pharaoh is better than Captain Zen's. All right. Oh yeah, it's flat out better. All right. We'll see how I do. Now I see it like a fighting style. Let's go south right now. Nope. Is there a light coming up from right there? All right, let's take on this guy.
Now wait.
Oh, he left. Ooh, I got scissors. Festival launcher.
Oh, Dad, a huge festival launch.
The festival shield.
No, shield.
Think shield.
Yes.
So this one you say I should use?
Yeah.
Is that bigger than
In the festival launch,
sharing is caring? So it allowed me to flat out block damage. Okay.
and if you hit him, you take damage.
They take damage, you mean?
The person that
Oh, that's fun. All right, so that's a good secondary. Allow me to... All right, let's go towards the Storm Center.
But you. Correct.
Just need a fighting style. Just something with Geppo. I don't need Bandit Eye Patch. That's garbage.
A civil.
That guy has Magu Magu. It's gonna be hard. Yeah, I don't want to fight for fighting's sake. Let other people fight. Just go up top. This person this has. Oh, so. Oh, that's game for me. I should have not engaged. Should have ran.
It's getting combos.
Yeah. I'll figure it out. Oh, not dungeons. Balls.
M1, 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 M1.
Oof. Alright, luckily that's fine.
It's still working on my patient. In Dark Souls 3, even more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, already. Mainly because it's a controller,
Hmm.
which kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But
I get those desires every time I get those desires most of the time when I play controller on lots of games that I could play keyboard and mouse. Every time I play console, I feel that way. The only game where, like, there's only a few games where I'm like, it's just flat out better on controller, like Binding of Isaac. It's just flat out better. Okay. Okay, I'm getting. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Oh, what?
I need to do something here.
Tapi ayam pedas.
That one's down. Oh, all right. Let's back up. Whew. Okay. Put that down.
Mr. Cactus Man. Oh. Ow. Ow.
There we go. All right, let's burn those. I think I'm super weak. More? All right.
Oh, God.
Let's go to Ziba Town.
Oh. Ooga, wooga.
All right, Tara. That's what I'll say, because this is the battle royales, and this is really hard.
Yeah.
So once a week, until you get a Gora fruit, I'll get you a win once a week.
Okay. Just another kind of fruit.
Oh yeah, or there's a fruit that Jason will like. What is that fruit? What fruit is this? Oh, that's berry bar. Aw. Yeah, that's it. Man, what a crazy ability.
Oh gosh. Ba, 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 ba. I like to get my phone broken. What?
Bari, yeah. That's a... I think it's better just not to have a fruit than have the Bari fruit. Might be a good star fruit, actually. Alright, I'll pick it up until I get... 'Cause with that, I can actually control a lot. No, not Sword Mastery balls. Alright. Nope. There we go. Oh yeah. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh, what's the perfect block? All right, I'm gonna practice here. How do you finish off Char? How do you drop it?
Pick up the cracker. Oh, pick up those.
The Iceborne Gauntlets. Oh, what's the Jester box? Oh, Love Fruit's a lot better than...
But he was stacked.
Wow.
I don't know how you killed him. Was he just he didn't have much health?
Yeah. Well, I did 30. Okay, I think those are better.
Yeah, they're good melee weapons.
What's the Jester do?
I don't know.
Oh gosh.
Run.
Alright. Oh yeah, I need to equip the Kraken set.
Wait, visibility off.
Vanity off, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, there's an SP reset. All right.
Playing it.
No, this game. This A, I don't play this game enough. B, it actually has a pretty deep learning curve. And also, it's just really hard. Like, a lot of it is just straight up luck. Sword mastery. Here we go, defense.
Hit that tree! Relax. Ow.
Common chest. Pistol. Health. Here we go. Nope. Oh, that's new.
Get me out of here!
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Ah. Okay. Okay. Oh. Shows how much I know. All right. I'm learning. Oh, come on. Knight, Oblivion, mid. Now I use my resurrect. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more. Okay. can't. Okay, you can't do it on bosses. How is it possible? I have score to settle. Darn it, I'm not strong enough. Let's focus on the things that are good. Just blood lightning.
Oh gosh.
Alright. Alright. Where am I? Right there. Start the desert. Hope for the best. Alright, let's get these rares. Zombie Knight, Santa's hat. I see, so that's the rest. Flower. Kachi Spirits. The Spirit Essence do, Char? Oh, they're pretty much wasted space in this game?
Yeah.
Okay. So HP reset. Sky Blue Katana, health. Is that it? Oh, wow. Oh, look, a golden hook. Let's do it. CB's Katana, SP reset, Maru, Horu. What's Horu, Char?
Oh, that's
It's another ghost one. Let's try it. Let's go up here. I'm coming. Let's go up here. Going to staff, shotguns, stamina. Oh. Alright. Oh, they get basic attack, just regular. Yeah, SP reset when I have a chance. But you have love fruit. I mean, you have. What I mean is you have you have life fruit. So if you're doing dungeons and people, you'd be a big aid. Alright. Hmm. Any way to read? Like, alright. Okay. Oh, that's fun. Oh, what? I see. Okay.
Look at this dude. 1v1. 3,000.
Oh my gosh. Man, it's just... Get off me, dude. Alright, that's that. That worked. Tara, I might just say, sorry, my friend, I made you lose that fruit. So I gave you a bunch of stuff. I gave you all my stuff. And so I'm just not good at this game. So I don't spend time on it. So we're good, just... I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I can't do that. Not happening. Not happening in my house. You're on red. Right here. What's this? I already have cushion seats. Yeah. Yeah, I already have a cushion seat. I came here to change to Loop Hero.
Got a little Swedish there.
Yeah.
You're taking any time from your reading the Bible to get your patience back. Oop. Like I need some Jesus level patience for this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it's all good. Cool. Just wanted to go back. You're gonna be playing some Quake.
It's delicious.
Yeah, I can switch things to grounded. Yeah, that'd be cool. We have a software like literally right next to that computer. You finally have insurance? Oh, you still that's what you're still waiting for. It's been a good bit since we last played, Brohiem. Hmm. All right, so we're grounding it. Okay. Okay, we have about, I'll say 15 minutes until we have to go through a break step, okay? All right, booting up grounded. Shoot. We close those, make this go in offline mode. All right, you out? Oh, okay. Okay.
Me raging.
All right, I'm in offline mode. Those are started. Those are
Dad.
working. There we go. What was I going to say? I was thinking I was going to ask the group, how do you feel about some Slayer Thursday? Thursday, like, I'll be like the usual, like at 7.
Stop, bro. They copyright grounded.
Sweet. I'll either Mad Cow or this time, like that place we went to last week will be quiet. They just had a special event that we just didn't know about. So it's depending on how people feel, if they're feeling for
No,
grounded
I
or the other
could.
place. The other place I feel like has more options for. So, Hoppy Brewery, they feel like they have more options for David and Ethan. Huh? Is it? Well, luckily they have other options. Oh, really?
My name's Peter. My friends call me Pete.
Yum, 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 yum. Like
This is not that.
Bongo Cappy, like, like, Bongo Cappy, like.
Yeah, Bongo Cat's going crazy. Like Bongo Cat's like giving you a face massage.
No.
Look at that. That face massage is just going. It looks like you have like a flame teardrop right now. Whoa.
Okay, I was just lagging for a second.
It wasn't even for me too, so. Gosh, Char, I feel rusty. It's been ages.
I go back home.
Yeah. All right, I have to go back home. If I remember right, we have to make the battery.
And I got stuffed it in a lot. How do I zoom in?
Just pretend it's beef jerky.
I don't think there is a zoom.
There is.
Oh.
Oh wait, it's you.
Oh, I see. To go first person.
Silly me.
Oh.
Broke it.
That's fun.
Aw. I get the flippy knife.
Oh, it was like a little power.
I go back.
Oh, shift's a sprint. My brain was like, just got after playing Roblox. I keep double tapping forward to sprint.
Bleh.
Blah.
Dying.
Brr.
See, look, I got 2 things and I got toenails and sour.
Ooh, a donut.
A what?
A donut.
We need 2, 3. A donut. No. Donut. It's a donut. More damage. Analyze. Help me.
That's nice. That's a sign. I found a lab.
This is a rust.
Nice. Okay, so I need to get a level 3 hammer, right? Because we worked to get you the level 3 hammer.
Yeah. Go there. Tigers. Toenail. No. Wait,
A toenail scimitar.
Yo, I need to make that. Tell me.
That just does not sound right. A toenail scimitar. Yeah, I guess. Ugh.
You do not sound right.
Dude, we gather some toenails. That just sounds weird.
I also got rust. That chest is full.
I haven't explored here before.
For the fence.
Nice and clean.
Oh,
Noting.
oh.
Alright. This is how you know they're zooming.
Oh, found some sour goop. Except I don't have a level 3 hammer.
Give it a rust.
Oh, found another lab. It's locked though. All right.
Okay, yep.
All right, Charlie, back. I'll use the restroom.
Okay. How far I lick it? Give me it. Let me lick it. Wait, that's not weird. Okay. Yeah, you better run. Gotta go fight the door. I just need to run. Get me out of here. Just give me one more. I did not want that. Like this. Yeah.
What do we need for the hammer again?
I can do it once I get back home to the base by me. That's why I need it on my face. That's my face. We. That looks weird.
Mm-hmm.
Rust. Rusty Dusty. Books. Hey, yeah. This is what I
All right. Now let's focus on the hammer because we've been focusing on you, giving you all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you legitimately have all the level 3 weapons, Char.
Yeah. That's what got
I'm back.
Trying to find
All right, you got a minute. Then we have to go through break step.
Well, it's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. Well, all right. Break step it is. Do you want to hydrate? And we'll need to do fruit. It's 3 o'clock. We gotta do fruit by now.
Me go eat.
You wait. All right.
We bed was up. Now I want chess.
All right. Get up your apple.
Hobby. Bye, my phone.
Do you want to try ground again after reading, or do you want to switch to a different game?
I'll try grounded.
All right. Ah. Ah. Move over, partner. The transformed, resurrecting body. But someone is now going to say, how are the dead raised? What sort of body will they come back with? Stupid. What you sow doesn't come to life unless it dies. The thing you sow isn't the body that is going to come later. It's just a naked seed of, let's say, wheat or some other plant. God then gives it a body of the sort he wants, with each of the seeds having its own particular body. Not all physical objects have the same kind of physicality. There is one kind of physicality for humans, another kind for animals, another for birds. Another for fish. Some bodies belong in the heavens, and some on the earth, and the kind of glory appropriate for the ones in the heavens is different from the kind of glory appropriate for the ones on the earth. There is one kind of glory for the sun, another for the moon, and another for the stars, since the stars themselves vary, with different degrees of glory. That's what it's like with the resurrection of the dead. It is sown decaying, and raised undecaying. It is sown in shame and raised in glory. It is sown in weakness and raised in power. It is sown as the embodiment of ordinary nature and raised as the embodiment of the spirits. If ordinary nature has its embodiment, then the spirit too has its embodiment. That's what it means when the Bible says, the first man, Adam, became a living natural being. The last Adam became a life-giving spirit. But you don't get the spirit animated body first. You get the nature animated one. And you get the spirit animated one later. The first man is from the ground and is made of earth. And the second man is from heaven. Earthly people are like the man of the earth. Heavenly people are like the man from heaven. We have borne the image of the man made of earth. We shall also bear the image of the man from heaven. What part's this? Imagine staying outside a car showroom 100 or more years from now. An advertisement has brought you and lots of others to see a new type of car. There we go. Different from all that went before, the slogan has said. Looks pretty much the same to me, says one person. Well, it's similar, replies another, but the engine seems different somehow. The inventor makes a short speech. I know it may look like an ordinary car, he says, but
No, it's a Fast and Furious.
He says, but what makes this one totally different is what it runs on. We developed a new fuel, nothing to do with oil or petrol. It's clean, it's safe, and there are limitless supplies, and because of the type of fuel, the engine will never wear out. This car is going to last forever. A fantasy, of course, or perhaps not, since you never know what inventions are going to come next. Who in 1880 would have predicted the jet engine or the microchip? But it gets us to the point of this long, dense, and hugely important discussion. What sort of body will the resurrection produce? And what will it run on?
Do it.
We may as well go to the heart of the passage. To the verse that has puzzled people many times in the past, and still does. In verse 44, Paul contrasts the two types of bodies. The present one and the resurrection one. The words he uses are technical and tricky. Many versions translate these words as physical body and spiritual body, but this is highly misleading. That is as though the difference between the old car and the new one was that, whereas the old one was made of steel, the new one is made of something quite different. Plastic, say, or wood, or some as yet uninvented metal alloy. If you go that route, you may well end up saying, as many have done, that Paul is making a contrast simply between what we call a body, that is a physical object, and what we might call a ghost, a spiritual object in the sense of non-physical, but that is exactly what he's not saying. The contrast he's making is between a body animated by one type of life and a body animated by another type. The difference between them is found, if you like, in what the two bodies run on. The present body is animated by normal life, which all humans share. The word Paul uses for this often means soul. He means it in the sense of the ordinary life force on which we all depend in this present body. The ordinary energy that keeps us breathing and our blood circulating. But the body we shall be given in the resurrection is to be animated by God's own Spirit. This is what Paul says in the simpler passage, Romans 8. The Spirit of Jesus the Messiah dwells within you at the moment, and God will give life to your mortal bodies through His Spirit who lives inside you. But when the Spirit creates a new body, it won't wear out. Here, in order to make the illustration of the new car really work, we would have to say that the new fuel will not only preserve the engine forever, but the body work too. That would be straining even fantasy imagination a bit far. But we need to say something like that to do justice to what Paul has written here. Paul does in fact think that the resurrected body will be a different kind of thing to the present one, because in verses 51-52, and again in Philippians 3:20-21, he declares that Christians who have not died at the moment when Jesus returned as Lord will need to be changed. But the contrast he then makes between the present body and itself and the future body itself is not the contrast between natural and spiritual. That, as we have seen, has to do with what energizes these two bodies, what they run on. The contrast between the two bodies in themselves is stated in verse 42 and 43. It is the contrast between corruption. Our present bodies fall sick. Bits wear out, we decay, die, and return dust. And incorruption. The new body won't do any of those things. It is the contrast between shame. We know we were made for more than this decaying, corrupting life, and we are ashamed of frailty and death. In honor, the new body will be splendid with nothing to be ashamed of. It is a contrast between weakness and power. We can now stand back from the detail in the middle of the passage and see how the whole argument works. The first paragraph, verse 35-38, introduces the idea of the seed, which is sown like one thing and which comes up quite different. Paul doesn't, of course, mean that when you bury a body in the ground, a new one grows like a plant from its seed. The point he is making is simple, that we understand the principle of transformation, of a new body in continuality with the old, yet somehow different. Do you hear that, Clincher? So it's called transformation. It's kind of like a worm. You know how a worm cocoons?
Yeah.
It's still the same worm, but the body's totally different.
Yeah.
Had a metamorphosis. We understand the principle of transformation, of a new body in continuality with the old yet somehow different. And he emphasized particularly that this happens through the action of God. God gives it body. That's the first thing to grasp. The resurrection is the work of God the Creator. And will involve transformation, not merely resuscitation, as though the seed, after a while on ground, were to emerge as a seed once again. Okay. The second paragraph, verses 39-41, establishes a different point, that we are all used to different types of physicality, all the way from the fish in the sea to the stars in the sky. When Paul speaks to some of these physical objects having glory, he means, of course, brightness. But this doesn't mean he's preparing us for the idea that people raised from the dead will shine like electric light bulbs. When he describes a new body as having glory, it is in contrast to shame or humiliation. Verses 43 in Philippians 3:21, not to darkness. His point is simply to note that there are different types of creative physicalities, each with its own properties. Throughout the passage so far, he's been echoing Genesis 1, where God created the sun, the moon, and the stars, and particularly trees and plants that have their seed within them. As I typed that sentence, a gust of wind blew a little shower of seeds in through the window from the tree outside. Clincher? The underlying theme of the whole chapter, remember, is new creation, new Genesis. God will complete the project he began at the beginning, and in the process he will reverse and undo the effects of human rebellion, especially death itself, the great enemy that drags God's beautiful world down into decay and disillusion. Paul will now move to the climax of Genesis 1, the creation of human beings in God's own image. As with Jesus' resurrection, so with ours. This will not be a strange distortion of our original humanity, but will be the very thing we were made for the first place. The final paragraph brings him to the crutch. The ultimate contrast between the present body and the future one is between two basic types of humanness. God already has a new model in store, he says, waiting to bring it out on show at the proper time. Though, of course, the prototype, the resurrecting body of Jesus himself, has already been launched. Paul's word for the place where God keeps things safe before unveiling them at the proper time is, of course, heaven. When we speak of the earthly humanity and the heavenly humanity, it doesn't mean that we'll go to heaven to become the new type. Rather, God will bring this new humanity. Clincher, ready? God will bring this new humanity. So God will bring heaven, our new bodies, from heaven to earth, transforming the present bodies of Christians who are still alive and raising the dead to same kind of renewed, deathless, glorious body. That is the hope set before us in the resurrection, and is all based, of course, on the fact that Jesus himself, the Messiah, already possesses the new type of body. He is the man from heaven. And as we have borne the image of the old, corruptible humanity, so we shall bear the image of Jesus himself. Last clincher, you ready? The overall point of the chapter is that in the resurrection of Jesus himself, the power of the Creator God was at work to bring about the renewal of the world, and that through the work of the Spirit, the same Creator God will give new, glorious, deathless bodily life to all his people. All right, friend. Here, let me try grounded, see if it works. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to work. No. Yeah. Yeah, it's not working.
Wait, if we play now, you may not have. Okay, don't play good.
Okay.
You're gonna lose your progress.
We don't want to lose our progress. All right.
No, that's the intro. No.
All right. So we're switching to our own thing. All right. So I'm going to play a loop hero. So I'll just keep the name as Loop Sauce.
I like how we just kept this for so long.
All right. Let me get things ready. Be right back. I can turn that down, dude. That high-pitched sound will be the death of me. Stuck on a tree.
No, get unstuck.
What if, like, it just constantly just made you keep bouncing, and so you kept on breaking and spraining things?